So we've taken a look at creating a central file, saving it, creating our local files. But what happens tomorrow? Tomorrow morning when you come to work, are you going to open that local file again? Or are you going to do something different? There are some good reasons for not opening your local file when you come in tomorrow morning. The majority of these are related to what other people are doing and saving and synchronizing back to the central file. These could be people who are working really late, or you could be outsourcing, using Revit Server and having a company on the other side of the world working on the files overnight. What this means is your local file becomes out of date with the central file. Most of the time this doesn't make any difference, as you'll be synchronizing regularly with the central file. But there are chances that your local file can become so far out of date with the central file that it can't synchronize the changes. And at this point you have to create a new local file. So good working practice is to create a new local file every morning. Let's see what happens when we do that. From your startup screen, click on Open. Browse to your project folder to find your Work Sharing Central. Now before I do this, I'm just going to go up a level, find my project folder and drag it into the Look-in list. Now with one click, I can come to this folder every morning to find the central file. Here we can see I've got the central file selected and that we're going to create a new local. Exactly the same process that we were doing in an earlier video. So let's click on Open, and Revit gives us a notification. It says it cannot create a local file. You are trying to create a new local file, but a file with this name already exists. What do you want to do? Do I want to overwrite the existing file or append a timestamp to the existing file? Let's try this second option and see what happens in my local folder. I'm still working in the file Chapter 19 Work Sharing Central Simon W. But yesterday's file has been renamed with a date stamp. Depending on your setup, you may wish to keep several of these files as backups or use the overwrite option. This largely depends on directions from your Drawing Office manager.